Hello, good afternoon, Gabrielle.
Hi.
Hi. I've been looking at your website, and I have to say I've got a question for you, and that's this. Where did you get the name Flying Witch from? It's very enticing, but I have no idea where it comes from.
It came to me when I was little, actually, many years ago, when I was still living in Italy. I think I like the idea of something that flies, and it's really naughty, and it's really funky, and it's really fun. And I could relate to all that. So I became the Flying Witch.
Okay, very good. Well, the next question is, you've developed a body of work, and having a look at the website, I can see that this is quite powerful and quite important for women, in that it helps them to understand and be empowered by their menstrual cycle, which for the most part is quite debilitating, certainly for most women in this country. Can you tell me a little bit like how you discovered that?
Yes, I trained with different trainers, possibly the most powerful and well-renowned trainer in the world, and there was always something missing for me until in 2009, when I met Alexandra Pope, and she's a psychotherapist, and she developed a body of work over 20 years of work with women, and she really empowers them, teaching them about the cycle, the menstrual cycle. And for me, that made it was the piece of the jigsaw puzzle that was really missing. All the other techniques are fantastic, but if you don't have that connection with your body, you are a woman at the end of the day. There's always something that is not working. And that was so empowering. And I realized I could have been maybe much more empowered woman if I had that 20 years ago. And the next second I thought, well, I want to do something to help other women. So here I am, doing Flying Solo One.
Thank you. So does this mean that us men are going to get an easier time when you guys understand what's going on?
Men are going to get an easier time.
Yeah.
Yes. If you are in the presence of an empowered woman, who's actually a woman who's just aware, conscious of herself, and is happy in her body, and maximize the different energies of her body, automatically the man will feel it and will be more empowered himself. So it's a win-win situation, really.
Yeah. Does that also mean, how shall I put this delicately, less arguments around the cycle?
Well, I think for so many women and men, the menstrual cycle is still such a taboo subject. And actually, if we tackle this issue, and we just treat it something that nature gave us, it's a gift for both of us. And anyway, at the end of the day, no woman or man will be existing without it.
Okay, that's a good point. Well made. So this is an interesting point, but I have not come across anybody that even knows that there's a way to positively process this event, because for most people it's quite traumatic, heavy,
there's so
brings
much,
up a lot of emotion.
Yeah, there's so much guilt and shame and feeling of dirtiness and being ashamed about it. And that's what my work comes about, is actually really open up women to the wisdom of their own body. So something that actually could be a disadvantage becomes a good advantage to be successful.
That's excellent. So what results have you had so far? I mean, how many years has this been in the making, and you know, how's that with other women that have come to see you?
Okay, well, I came across Alexandra Pope's work last year, and obviously I trained myself in other therapies, like possibly the most powerful is being NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, and I'm combining it all really, and but mainly Flying Solo One is concerning and empowering women around their menstrual cycle, because I think it's the foundation. if you want to build a house, you start from your foundation. You don't start from a roof, do you?
Correct.
So the mind is very good, the heart, the life purpose and everything else. But if your foundation is not stable,
yeah, it's like building on sand.
Yes, it's like building a house under quicksand.
So in terms of years building up to the point before you met Alexandra Pope, how many years is that of your own journey, your own development?
4 years.
Wow. Okay, so this is about a 5-year project that's coming to fruition.
Yes, and it's very exciting when you're kind of nurturing your baby for a long time.
Sure.
I started my journey in the personal development arena over 20 years ago.
Wow.
But the counterpoint, which is the turning point, and all comes together, and you understand where you're coming from and what are the use of all those years of experience.
Very good. So we touched on this, but like the results, you've already done 1 or 2 of your solos already, and on your website you have some happy ladies there. How long have you been delivering the Solo 1 workshop?
Oh, I've been doing Flying Solo 1 for 4 months now, and the response has been very positive from women. And it's very simple, and my purpose is to give women very practical, simple tools that they can really use on a daily basis. That's when you become powerful. Use it, and it's easy, and you repeat it, and then becomes second nature.
Very nice. So what would you say, I mean, if we had to boil the whole thing down to one primary benefit, what would you say is the major feedback you've got from other ladies who've been through this process and they've learned the awareness and the tools? What would you say, what does it give them that they can then take out into their life?
It's like a map of themselves, right? So it's like you're on this journey, and you need to know where you are going, and you look at the map. But if you look at the map and you are not aware of who you are, it becomes a little bit kind of difficult. Whereas if you know who you are and you know your skills, then it's easy to look at the map, you know where you go, you understand the symbols on the map, and you reach your destination.
Great. Well, that makes a lot of sense from a man's perspective. I'd be happy to send my woman on the workshop. It sounds like it would give her a lot of forward motion, and we might even stop arguing around this time.
Yes, well, actually I also do sessions, with couples, because I think it's very important for women to understand themselves, but also for men to know what's going on.
Definitely.
So in a couple, obviously, it's a two-way work, and to maximize it, obviously, if a man knows what's going on in her partner, in his partner, and the woman knows that the man is actually there to help as well, it becomes a very intimate relationship.
Well, thank you very much. I mean, anything that creates happiness and coherence is definitely got to be looked into. So I'm very happy to have had this chance to interview you. So thank you for your time, Gabrielle.